Mr. Sowers. I'm going to go ahead and take your IV out and give you your discharge packet information. So you came to us yesterday morning with a blood glucose of 30, and you were feeling, you had some dizziness, some blurred vision, and that caused you to black out later. So I just want to go ahead and teach you some information on hypoglycemia. That was your diagnosis here in the hospital. So glucose of 30 is pretty low. So we kind of want to teach you some information on the sliding scale and when to administer insulin. So some signs and symptoms to look for hypoglycemia is some weakness, fatigue, confusion, any behavioral changes such as irritability, shakiness. You might feel some confusion, anxious, sweaty, tingling. These are all signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia. So if you are feeling any of these things, you want to catch it fast. You don't want to wait until it's too late, like your blackout. So if you're feeling any of this, you want to make sure that you go ahead and check your blood glucose. I do want to encourage you to wear a medical alert bracelet. This is also important so that if you're not home or around any friends or family who know that you're a diabetic, if you're out in the public, if anything was to happen to you, if you were to pass out or feel sick, that bracelet's going to alert them that they know that you are a diabetic, okay, and they can get the proper help. So you came in due to not having your insulin pump on or eating anything before your basketball game, your basketball practice yesterday morning. So this is very important. We want to make sure that before you do any kind of exercising, before you go to bed, before you eat, you want to make sure that you check your glucose levels before you do any kind of exercise. And then also eating something that's going to stick with you. So try to eat a snack with a carb that also has protein in it, and this is going to help stabilize your blood sugar. An example of that would be drinking some orange juice, eating some crackers with peanut butter on it. This is going to help keep your blood sugar stabilized for a longer period without it going up and then dropping. So a blood glucose below 70, that's an alert for hypoglycemia. So if you see that your blood sugar goes lower than that, try to get something in your system. Check your glucose before your meals, like I said, before any activity and before bed. If your glucose does go under 50, something that you have I know you mentioned it to me that you have those glucose tabs at home, so try to just make sure those are with you and available at all times, just in case. Hypoglycemia can be caused due to too much insulin injected at either the wrong time or if you don't have enough carbs in your system. I know you're only 16, but if you were to ingest any alcohol, this is also going to lower your blood glucose. So like I said earlier, some orange juice with crackers and peanut butter, that's a good example of something to get in your system. And also checking your glucose 30 minutes before eating, that is very important. Check it 30 minutes before eating and exercise, but only give yourself your insulin 5 to 15 minutes before you eat your meal so that your blood sugar doesn't drop. Okay, that's the normal time frame. I do have some diet information here for you in this paperwork, which I'm going to send home with you. It's information on a Mediterranean diet. This diet is recommended for patients with diabetes type 1. These foods contain things such as like brown rice, whole wheats instead of white breads, oatmeals, berries, nuts. These are all things that are very healthy for you. Some more foods are eggs, lean meats. You want to try to stay away from your sodas, your cookies, cakes, pastas, anything with high fat animal products that you want to stay away from. Try to go more towards your lean meats. Also, let's see what else I have here for you that I haven't gone over with. Okay, I do see when you were in the hospital, we were giving you Lantus in the mornings, 45 units, and then you also told me that you take Humalog at home with your insulin pump. So you can go ahead and continue that Humalog when you get home. Go ahead and continue to do your daily blood sugar checks and your Lantus in the morning. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give you the sliding scale information so that when you go home, you can look over that. So you know kind of how many, if you don't have an insulin pump on you and you're doing your syringes or your insulin pens, that way you know how many units to give yourself. And then your glucose tablets you have available at home, like you said. So I think I about covered it. We just want to make sure that you're on the proper diet. That's really important, and that you know how to read your blood glucose and you know when to feel and read the signs and symptoms of hypoglycemia, okay? Because we don't want that to happen again. It's very dangerous. I don't think I have any more information for you, but everything I've told you I do have in this packet that I'm going to send home with you. So do you have any more questions? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you this paperwork, and I am going to go ahead and document some things in the computer, and I will be right back to take out your IV, and then we'll get you out of here, okay? All right, thank you.